Conor McGregor's fighting in a few weeks against Donald Cowboy Cerrone, so the media's talking about him a bit, and once again, the circulation of the theory that he has no cardio has been going around like wildfires in Australia. Listen, I'd never understood this theory. Never understood this theory, ever. I don't understand why people keep bringing it up that he doesn't have cardio. It's never made any sense to me. And it began after the Nate Diaz fight the first time. Okay? He got tired. It was very obvious that he got tired. He shot for a lousy takedown and he got taken advantage of by a seasoned veteran in Nate Diaz. And that's what happened in the first fight. And then since that fight onwards, it's been said that he has no cardio. Okay? It's been said that he has no cardio. And I've never understood this in my life. Because when you look at things logically and you break things down with some reason and some brain cells, you know, very obvious to see. He took the fight at 170. He had staph infection, if you know your stuff. Had staph infection. Okay? Took the fight on short notice against Nate Diaz. At a different weight class. Fair enough if it was at 155. And he took it against Nate Diaz. It would be a little bit different. But he had to swap weight classes to meet Nate Diaz's demands. Goes up to 170. Gets the fight with Nate Diaz on short notice. And loses with staph infection. If fighting outside of your weight class, having staph infection, and getting tired means that you have no cardio, no one in this world has cardio. If Khabib Nurmagomedov had staph infection and on short notice had to go to 170, which he would never do because on full camp he never goes to 170, but if on short notice he had to go to 170, face off against a guy, let's say Colby Covington on short notice, had staph infection, he'd gas out. He would. That's what happens. And then not only does McGregor fix that mistake, he goes back in there against Nate Diaz in the rematch and beats Nate Diaz. Not only Nate Diaz, but Nate Diaz, who is now the cardio machine on a full camp at 170. Nate Diaz knows he has this camp, 8 weeks to train. Conor McGregor goes out there with 8 weeks of training, beats him in the 4th round, is doing okay in the 5th round, and then gets tripped at the end and perhaps loses the 5th round there. Again, I don't understand the cardio. He went in 5 rounds of Nate Diaz, right? Nate Diaz is supposed to be the cardio machine. Why did Nate Diaz lose round 4? He's the cardio machine, right? Conor McGregor has no cardio. McGregor won round 4 against Nate Diaz. Then he comes back against Eddie Alvarez, smokes him, so we don't really have to see the cardio sort of fucking argument there because there was no need for cardio to even come into effect. Conor McGregor just completely smoked him. But then he fights Khabib Nurmagomedov. People talk again about him. No, wait. Let's go before Khabib Nurmagomedov. Let's go to Floyd Mayweather. People talk again about him having no cardio. He gets 8 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks, maybe even less than that. I think it was 8 weeks notice to fight in a completely different sport against the greatest to ever do it in the sport. To go 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds, in a sport he's never done at a professional level before, goes in there against Floyd Mayweather, and lasts 10 rounds. Okay? If only being able to last 10 rounds against the greatest boxer of all time, or one of the greatest boxers of all time, means that you have bad cardio as an MMA fighter, every single fighter has bad cardio. And it's the same argument for the Nate Diaz in the first fight. Fighting a different weight class, you have a staph infection. That means, guess what? Everyone in the UFC would have problems with that. Okay? Then you go to the Khabib fight. After 2 years off of the sport. Comes in there. Beats Khabib in the 3rd round. Wins the round against Khabib in the 3rd. In the 4th, Khabib gets him in a bad position. Chokes him out. Bad cardio. No gas. No gas tank on McGregor. Dustin Poirier. No one's talking about his gas tank. He just got drowned in 3 rounds. What was the 3rd round in the Poirier-Khabib fight compared to the 3rd round in McGregor versus Khabib? Khabib couldn't take McGregor down. McGregor was stuffing takedowns in the centre of the cage, defending them against the cage, and winning the engagements on the feet. Dustin Poirier got swarmed after he tried to pull a guillotine. Does Dustin Poirier have bad cardio? And before you say yes, does Justin Gaethje have bad cardio? Because he got out-cardioed by Poirier. And McGregor put up a better show and lasted longer against Khabib than Poirier did. So does McGregor have better cardio than Gaethje? Is that how we're working things out? I've just never understood this topic of debate. I've never understood this statement. Someone explain it to me below in the comments. Because I feel like I'm missing out on something. I feel like all of these media members know something that I don't know. Which is weird, because I know everything. So it's impossible for them to know something I don't know. But maybe they do. Maybe there's some hidden piece of... So someone just linked me the video where Conor McGregor is shown to have bad cardio. And before you show me some other videos, it needs to be in a scenario where he's not fighting the best boxer in the world in a sport he's never done before at a professional level. And lasting 10 rounds. It can't be that one. Can't be an example where he has staph infection, takes to fight in different weight class on short notice. Because not only is that you're never going to be able to go 5 rounds doing that, but you're also... He's redeemed himself in the rematch. So that's not an argument in the first one, because he won the rematch based on being able to come back in the later rounds against a guy in Nate Diaz who's the cardio king. And then tell me about the Khabib fight, where he lasted longer than Dustin Poirier, who out-cardioed Justin Gaethje. Know what I'm saying? Strange. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button there. Goodbye.